My name is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and like your representative Nancy Pelosi, I represent my great state of New York in our nation's capital. I'm popping in to remind you that your vote does count. So let me tell you a little story. My dad took me on a road trip to Washington, D.C. when I was a little girl. And he pointed at the Washington Monument, and he pointed at the White House, and he pointed at all of it, and he said, "Someday a man with a bad spray tan is going to tell you to go back to your own country." When I turned 13, my mother didn't make me a cake. Instead, she went into my room and she took a shit on the floor. I walked into my room to find this surprise, and she turned to me and said, "Alexandria, when you become a woman, men are going to take turns shitting on you. I want you to expect this." My dad was a fortune teller, it turns out. My mom was, well, we're still debating what she is. Years later, when I was a bartender, I was dealing with drunk shit from inappropriate men in the Bronx on a nightly basis, and I thought to myself, you know what? This shit is getting stale. I want to know what white shit smells like. And by the power of my community and my constituents, I made it to DC. And last week, I got to smell it for the very first time. It was also stale, but the smell lingered even in the outdoor air. I ran into two of my fellow representatives, Representative Ted Yoho and Roger Williams, both white males for the record, and they mispronounced my name. No surprise there. Congressman Yoho called me, and I quote, "a fucking bitch," which is inaccurate because anyone who pays attention knows that I'm a badass bitch. Now, on the very steps of our nation's capital, they degraded my intelligence, and they tried to belittle me on camera. When my mother watched it, she called me immediately and suggested I ding-dong ditch him, which I ignored. But when prompted for an apology, the representative used the females in his family to excuse his sorry behavior. Now, if Representative Yoho had been a female, she would not have disrespected me on camera. Maybe off camera, but every woman knows that when the cameras are on, it is our time to shine, and by no means are we going to ruin that for another female because, catty or not, we women share the curse of a monthly torturous pain, and that bond runs blood deep. So why am I telling you all this? My fellow citizens, this government is ours. It belongs to us, even when everything coming down from the top feels like the opposite. I am only 30 years old. Some of you are even older than me. Some of you are even older than that. If I can get elected and change the course of history, you can use your power and right to vote to change it too. And regardless of your political leanings, at the end of the day, you all want the same thing. And that same thing seems to be for me to be shit on. And that's fine. Look. Whoever you choose to represent you this election season in Congress or on TV or even on Twitter, I simply ask that you make it worth a shit. Make it worth a shit. I'm fighting so hard for our future, and sometimes I want to stay home and eat ice cream like you, but I cannot, with good conscience, stay home on election day. Remember that you can elect someone new to shit all over me. I plead you not to write in a candidate that you made up in your head this time. I invite you to make the only choice you know will get the man with the bad spray tan out of the Oval Office. And in the spirit of the dark shadow that follows the Black Lives Matter movement, I say to you, all votes matter. So make yours count. This November, give not one or two or a few even. Give all the shits. Thank you.
I still call him my boyfriend. I noticed a lot of people have started calling their significant others their partner. You guys do this shit? This is my partner. No. I love my boyfriend, but we are not in a partnership. You know, like, I didn't come to this relationship to make friends. I came to win. Love is a battlefield. I came to win. You know what I mean? I'm not a good girlfriend. You might have guessed. I'm not. I'm not a good girlfriend because I didn't want a boyfriend. And like, I know a lot of girls say that, and they're like, I don't need a boyfriend, I'm an independent woman. And that's a lie. But I fucking mean it. I'm selfish, I'm mean, like this is my vibe all the time. Just over it before it even began. Right out the womb. I just can't do it. I'm not a monster. Every once in a while, I wake up in my bed and I'm like, I wish I had an able-bodied man to lay on top of me. But it's only because my back hurts. You know, it's like, I just need the weight. I gotta straighten that spine out. He doesn't even have to be able-bodied. He could be dead. You know? I might prefer the silence. I found my boyfriend on an app. I know I said I wasn't looking for a boyfriend. I was, however, looking for a fucking. That's the fastest way to do it, right? You get on your Tinder, your Hinge, your Bumble. I myself use an app called Humble for people who are willing to settle. My boyfriend's black because I think I'm a Kardashian or something. Talking shit, but we're beautiful, mocha chai, interracial love, you know. I just couldn't date white dudes anymore. Couldn't do it. It's 2019, gotta pick a right shade, you know. It's dubious times. That's not an easy decision, by the way. That really fucks up my game, because I kill it with white dudes. Like, I fucking kill it. White dudes in LA, are you kidding me? I'm cute, I'm ethnic, I look like I could host a Vice segment on child soldiers, like... I can't do it, they're doing a lot. The last white dude I dated, he snuck a man bun into the relationship. Just snuck it in, slow and silent. You guys know man buns, right? You have long hair, you put it up in a bun, and also you're a man, and also you're insufferable. Every time I see a man bun on the street, I'm just like, there's no way you have the sword skills of a samurai. Yeah. Or you bring one home and then you just go to sleep in fear you're gonna wake up to him doing sun salutations. Can't do it. I didn't even notice it, because he snuck it in 6 months in. It certainly wasn't there when we started, or we wouldn't have gotten that far. And I snuck it in. We were having sex one day, and I was like, all right, it's been 6 months. I'm going to take the next step. I'm going to open my eyes during sex. But, so, we're having sex. I look up, and I'm like, what the hell is that? And he's like, what, you don't like it? He knew exactly what I was talking about, which means he knew it was wrong. I was like, no, I don't like it. Do I look like I sell handmade soaps at the farmer's market? Of course I don't like it. Brown girl with the white man. It's too on the nose. You know, like I'm out there, like, still out here looking for a man who'll treat me like Princess Jasmine in the streets and Pocahontas in the sheets, you know? Do it. My last straw with white dudes was, last year I encountered a really pink dick. Really pink, like pink panther pink. And I've never seen one before. Like I've fucked around with white dudes before, right? But I always got like a darker beige or a nice olive. And I'm like, this dude was Scottish, so like pale hair, pale skin, no discernible eyebrows whatsoever. And we got back to his place and he whipped it out and I was like, is the night not over? Are we going to a rave? It's a goddamn glow stick. Have you guys ever bitten into chicken and the middle's a little bit uncooked? Puts you off chicken for a while. Thank you, I'm Neha. I love you guys.